Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's Walk and Talk Faith devotion. It's great to have you here, and I'm happy to be sharing your thoughts with you. My name is Jason, aka Little J, whom you will find on our podcast, and you will hear me doing these devotions occasionally, and I hope you're able to find something from my thoughts today. As I'm sitting here in another lonely, cold hotel room away from my family, I often find myself, when I'm in this situation, seeking comfort that I'm away from my family, that I'm away from my children. And it's a real blessing to me that my children can handle affairs while I'm away. They're all teenagers. And so I come home to a well-kept house. They do the laundry, they do their homework, they cook, they clean. I have great kids. But that doesn't mean that I don't miss them when I'm away or that I don't worry about them when I'm away. And so today's devotion is based on Matthew chapter 19, verse 29, which says, "And everyone who has left houses or brothers or sisters or father or mother or children or lands for my sake will receive 100-fold and will inherit eternal life." The summary of that verse is that you are promised when you are physically separated from family, God is with you and will provide for you. The key phrase in that verse is leaving for God's sake. The verse is emphasizing that leaving family behind should be for my sake, meaning it's done to follow God's calling, which in my case is as a provider. Work takes me away often. And I do believe that this is God's calling. He blessed me with this wonderful, wonderful job. It's a very important and demanding position, but it requires a lot of travel. And I do it so that I can provide the good life that my children have. Also worth noting is the reference to hundredfold blessing. The promise of receiving 100-fold signifies that God will compensate us for the sacrifices we make when we're away from our family. Which I definitely hope is true, because I do make a lot of sacrifice to travel and be away from my kids when work demands it. And I would hope that there is a reward waiting for me and for my family for the sacrifices that we all make. And of course, the eternal inheritance is the ultimate reward, which is eternal life with God that comes through the sacrifice that Jesus made for us 2,000 years ago. So when traveling, remember that if your travel is for God's calling, which I think it is if you're working to support your family, that you will be rewarded and your family will be looked after. I hope that you found today's devotion inspirational, and it's been a real pleasure being with you today. Please be sure to enjoy our podcast as we release them on the Walk and Talk Faith YouTube channel, and also coming on Spotify, if I'm not mistaken. Have a great, great day, and thank you for listening.